Had a guy from India. This wasn't a EB-5 case. This was a marriage. It's a very, very strong family culture. He was a F1 in college, a graduate student. His parents wanted him to stay here when he graduated. And father and his uncle told him, look, we're going to find you a wife. He said, okay. They went out looking for a wife. They found a lady who said she would marry him for $15,000. And we don't have to live together. We don't have to do anything. I told him, look, we found you a wife. And she said that rather than going through a ceremony, why don't we do a justice of the peace? Okay, he'll marry us. And that's faster. He said, fine, because his uncle, this is the way we're going to do it. They married through the justice of the peace. Then they had to come to immigration for their interview. Okay? And I don't know if you've been through these interviews. They take off their coat and you see their gun and their badge. And they get the camera and adjust it on you. And you're sitting there. And their wife goes that way. And they say, now before we start, do you understand what perjury is and how long you can go to jail? And then they start the interview. And sometime during the interview, another officer will come in and I'll, excuse me for a second, and they'll whisper something in my ear. It's nothing. But I'll say, okay, now I'm going to give you one more chance. Do you know what perjury is? And it's normally the ladies who break down first. They say, oh, this is a, but they didn't break down, okay? So the interview's over, sign the document. When you sign the document, it says all of this is true, okay? As soon as he signed it, they took him into custody. He's forever excluded from the United States for committing fraud. He can never come back. My first job on the deputy was to look at this case, some assumptions about it. He's not the bad guy. The uncle and the dad are the two. We should take their green cards and send them home. This guy is just a student, a graduate student. Okay, now he can't even finish college here. There was no way for me to change. They had committed fraud. The question was this kid culpable? I couldn't change that. So he was ordered deported, and I talked to the port director in San Ysidro. And I said, look, this kid's got to go out of the country to take care of the deportation. But look, let's have him go out. And as soon as he's out, the deportation is over. Then bring him back in. We have a system called parole. When they parole you in immigration, they let you in without a visa. Okay? So he went out. That took care of the deportation. Came back in. They paroled him indefinitely so he could stay for as long as he wanted, finish college, but he can never leave the United States. He can't get married. If he gets married, he'll always be illegal because he doesn't have the deportation. And so I did that for him, and I met the kid and I told him, look, that this happened to you. But I wish I could help you more, but I can't. This is as far as I can go legally.